Hi everyone, welcome to Learn English Through Stories. Today, we're exploring 100 common questions and answers you'll hear in real-life conversations. Each one is like a mini-story to help you practice longer sentences, improve your listening, and feel confident speaking English. Let's dive into the first category.
Greetings and introductions.
Could you tell me a bit about yourself and what brings you here today?
Sure. I'm Laura, originally from a tiny coastal village in Portugal where the sea is always whispering secrets. I moved here to chase my dream of becoming a graphic designer. Today, I'm just exploring the city, soaking in new sights, and hoping to meet interesting people like you along the way.
Hi, what's your name and what's one thing you really enjoy doing on weekends?
Hello, I'm Carlos, and I'm thrilled to meet you. On weekends, I love heading out to the mountains near my town with my old trusty backpack. Hiking clears my mind, and I often stop to sketch the landscapes or write little poems about the trees and streams. It's my way of unwinding from a busy week.
Where are you from and what's it like growing up there?
I'm Sofia, and I grew up in a bustling city in southern Brazil called Porto Alegre. It's vibrant, with colorful markets and music spilling out of every corner. As a kid, I'd ride my bike through narrow streets, chasing the smells of street food, life there taught me to embrace chaos and community.
What do you do for fun when you're not busy with work or school?
I'm Emma, and when I'm free, I dive into painting. I set up my easel in my backyard, mix colors like a mad scientist, and lose myself in creating scenes of forests or oceans. Last month, I painted a sunset that looks so real. My dad thought it was a photo. It's my escape from the daily grind.
How did you end up living in this city? What's your story?
I'm Miguel, and I landed here after a wild twist of fate. I was studying engineering in Mexico, but a job offer brought me to this city 3 years ago. I stayed because I fell in love with its quirky streets, the food carts, and the way people here smile even on rainy days. It's home now.
What's something unique about you that most people don't know?
I'm Julia, and here's a secret: I'm obsessed with collecting vintage postcards. I've got hundreds from the 1920s onward, with scribbled notes from strangers' travels. I found one last week from Paris, describing a bakery that I swear I can still smell. It's like time traveling through paper.
What's your favorite thing about meeting new people like me?
I'm Leo, and I love how every new person is a mystery waiting to unfold. I met a traveler once who taught me a card trick, and another who shared a recipe for spicy noodles. With you, I'm excited to hear your story. Maybe you'll surprise me with something I'll remember for years to come.
How do you usually spend your evenings after a long day?
I'm Clara, and after a tiring day, I unwind with a ritual. I brew a pot of chamomile tea, put on some jazz, think Ella Fitzgerald's silky voice, and curl up with a sci-fi novel. Last night, I read about a robot uprising on Mars, and it was so gripping I forgot all about my stressful workday.
What's one place you've always wanted to visit, and why?
I'm Pedro, and I've dreamed of Iceland forever. Those glowing northern lights, jagged volcanoes, and steamy hot springs call to me. I imagine standing in the cold, watching the sky dance with colors, feeling tiny but alive. It's been on my list since I saw a photo in a magazine as a kid.
What's your favorite holiday, and how do you celebrate it?
I'm Anna, and I adore Christmas. Every year, my family gathers at my grandma's house, where we bake cookies shaped like stars and sing old carols off-key. Last December, we stayed up late swapping goofy gifts and stories by the fireplace. It's messy, loud, and the warmest day of the year for me.
What's one hobby you've picked up recently that you love?
I'm Tom, and I've gotten into gardening. I started with a sad little cactus, but now I've got pots of basil, tomatoes, and even a rebellious mint plant that's taking over my balcony. Watering them feels like therapy, and I beamed with pride when I made my first pesto from scratch last week.
What's the most interesting place you've ever visited?
I'm Lisa, and hands down, it's Kyoto, Japan. I went last spring, wandering through bamboo forests that whispered in the wind, sipping matcha at a tiny tea house, and marveling at golden temples. The peace there was unreal. I still dream about the cherry blossoms raining petals all around me.
What's your favorite way to relax when you need a break?
I'm Juan, and I escape to the beach whenever I can. I grab my beat-up surfboard, paddle out past the waves, and just float, letting the ocean rock me like a cradle. Last time, I watched a pod of dolphins leap nearby. It's my reset button, washing away stress with every salty breeze.
What's one skill you're proud of having learned in life?
I'm Elena, and I'm proud I taught myself guitar. It took months of sore fingers and off-key strumming, but now I can play songs like Hotel California by the campfire. Last summer, I played for friends, and their cheers made every late-night practice session feel like a triumph worth celebrating.
What's your favorite book or movie, and why do you love it?
I'm Marco, and I'm hooked on The Lord of the Rings. The books pull me into a world of hobbits, epic quests, and that moment when Sam carries Frodo up Mount Doom. It's pure heart. I reread it last year, and it still inspires me to be braver and kinder, no matter how dark things get.
What's one food you could eat every day and never get tired of?
I'm Sarah, and it's pizza for me. I love the gooey cheese, the crispy crust, and how every bite feels like a party. I make mine with pepperoni and extra basil from my garden last Friday. I baked one so perfect. I ate half before it even cooled down, and I'd happily do it again tomorrow.
What's the best trip you've ever taken with friends or family?
I'm Alex, and it was a road trip to the Grand Canyon. We piled into a creaky van, sang terrible pop songs, and camped under stars so bright they felt fake. Seeing that massive canyon at sunrise, all reds and oranges, with my siblings laughing beside me, it's a memory I'll carry forever.
What's one thing you'd love to learn someday, and why?
I'm Nina, and I'd kill to learn how to scuba dive. I picture myself gliding through coral reefs, meeting fish that shimmer like jewels, and feeling weightless in the deep blue. I saw a documentary about the Great Barrier Reef last month, and now I'm itching to explore that underwater world.
What's your favorite season, and what do you do to enjoy it?
I'm Hugo, and autumn's my jam. I love the crisp air, leaves crunching under my boots, and sipping hot cider by a bonfire. Last fall, I hiked a trail with golden trees all around, took a million photos, and felt so alive. It's the season that slows me down and fills me up at the same time.
What's your favorite memory from meeting someone new for the first time?
I'm Diego, and I've got a good one. Years ago, I met this guy at a bus stop during a rainstorm. He shared his umbrella, and we ended up talking about old movies for hours while waiting for the rain to stop. We swapped numbers, and he's been my best friend ever since. Proof that kindness can spark magic.
Greetings and introductions.
Excuse me, I need a gift for my mom. Any suggestions from what you have here?
Oh, I'd love to help. For a mom, I'd recommend our handcrafted silver necklace with a little heart pendant. It's elegant yet simple, made by a local artisan who pours love into every piece. It's $40, comes with a velvet box, and I bet she'd feel so special wearing it. Moms deserve that, right?
Do you have anything in this store that's good for a rainy day?
Absolutely. Check out our waterproof raincoats in the corner. They're lightweight, come in bright colors, like yellow and teal, and have big pockets for your stuff. I wore mine last week during a downpour, and it kept me dry while I splashed through puddles like a kid. They're $55 and worth every penny.
I'm looking for a new jacket. What's the warmest option you've got?
You're in luck. We've got this amazing down-filled parka. It's like wrapping yourself in a cloud. It's got a hood with faux fur trim, deep pockets, and it's rated for freezing tone. I sold one to a guy last winter who came back raving about how he survived a blizzard in it. It's $120 and a total game changer.
Can you recommend something stylish for a party I'm going to?
Sure thing. Take a look at this sleek black dress. It's got a flowy skirt and a neckline that's just fancy enough without overdoing it. Pair it with heels and you'll turn heads. A customer wore it to a wedding last month and said she felt like a star. It's $65 and hangs beautifully on everyone.
What's the best gadget you sell for someone who loves tech?
Oh, you've got to see our wireless earbuds. They've got noise-canceling magic, crisp sound, and a battery that lasts all day. I tried them on a noisy train once, and it was like the world melted away, just me and my music. They're $80, and tech lovers keep coming back for more pairs as gifts.
Do you have any cool home decor items that could brighten my place?
Definitely. Check out our ceramic vase with a funky geometric pattern. It's tall, bold, and screams personality. Fill it with sunflowers, and your room's instantly alive. I sold one to a lady who said it transformed her dull corner into a vibe. It's $30, and handmade by a local potter.
I need new shoes for running. What's your top pick here?
You'll love our cushioned trail runners. They've got grippy solace for muddy paths, breathable mesh, and support that hugs your feet. I ran a 5,000 in mine last spring, and they felt like clouds even after miles. They're $90, and runners swear by them. Your feet will thank you after every jog.
What's a good book you sell that I could get lost in?
Try The Night Circus. It's a magical tale of a circus that appears without warning, full of love, mystery, and dazzling tints. I read it last winter, curled up with tea, and couldn't sleep until I finished. It's $15, and every page pulls you deeper into its enchanted world. You won't put it down.
Do you have anything cozy for staying warm this winter?
Oh yes, our wool throw blankets are perfect. They're thick, soft, and come in plaid patterns that scream fireside vibes. I draped one over my couch last night while watching a movie, and it was like being cocooned in warmth. It's $45, and you'll want to live in it all season long.
What's the best bag you've got for traveling light?
Check out our leather backpack. It's compact but fits a laptop, clothes, and snacks. It's got sturdy straps and a hidden pocket for your phone. I took mine on a weekend trip, and it was a champ, kept everything organized and looked sharp. It's $70, and travelers rave about its sleek durability.
Can I find a unique piece of jewelry here for my friend's birthday?
Totally! We've got these turquoise drop earrings, handmade, lightweight, and one of a kind with a boho vibe. They catch the light so beautifully. A girl bought a pair last week and said her friend cried with joy. They're $35, and they'll make your friend's birthday extra special.
What's something fun for kids that you sell here?
You'll love our wooden puzzle set. It's got animals that snap together, painted in bright colors, and it's tough enough for little hands. My nephew spent hours with it last weekend, giggling as he built a lion. It's $25, and it's a hit with kids and parents who want screen-free fun.
Do you have any cool stationery for someone who loves writing?
Yes, our leather-bound journals are a dream. They've got creamy pages, a ribbon bookmark, and that new book smell. I gave one to my sister. She's a poet, and she's filled half of it with verses already. It's $20, and it feels like you're writing history every time you open it.
What's a practical gift for someone who's always on the go?
Our stainless steel water bottle is a winner. It keeps drinks hot or cold for hours, has a leak-proof cap, and fits in any bag. I took mine hiking last month, and my water stayed icy even after 6 hours in the sun. It's $30, and busy folks love it for its no-fuss reliability.
Can you suggest a nice scarf for cold weather?
Oh, try our cashmere blend scarf. It's long, silky, and comes in deep colors like burgundy or forest green. I wrapped mine around me during a snowy walk last winter, and it was like a warm hug against the wind. It's $50, and it's so luxurious you'll never leave home without it.
What's the best kitchen item you sell for a cooking newbie?
Our non-stick skillet is a lifesaver. It's lightweight, heats evenly, and cleans up in seconds, perfect for eggs or stir fries. I got one for my brother, who burned everything, and now he's flipping pancakes like a pro. It's $35, and it'll make any beginner feel like a chef.
Do you have any art supplies for someone starting to draw?
Yup, our sketchbook and pencil set is ideal. The paper's thick, the pencils range from soft to hard, and it comes with an eraser that forgives mistakes. I started doodling with it last year, and now my walls are covered in sketches. It's $25, and it's a gentle push into art.
What's a good board game you sell for family nights?
Ticket to Ride is a blast. You build train routes across a map, racing your family to connect cities. We played it last Thanksgiving. My cousins got so competitive. We laughed until midnight. It's $40, easy to learn, and turns any night into a rollicking adventure.
Can I find a comfy pillow here for better sleep?
Oh yes, our memory foam pillow is heavenly. It molds to your neck, stays cool, and feels like sleeping on a cloud. I got one after months of tossing and turning, and now I wake up refreshed. It's $45, and my only regret is not buying it sooner for those blissful nights.
What's the best deal in the store right now?
Our best deal is this cozy knit sweater. It's 30% off, down to $35 from $50. It's super soft, perfect for chilly nights, and comes in earthy tones like olive and rust. I saw a lady grab one yesterday, and she couldn't stop raving about how it felt like a warm hug. Great value for the price.
Directions.
Hi, I'm lost. How do I get to the main square from this street?
No worries, I'll guide you. Walk straight past the little cafe with the red awning. It smells like fresh coffee all day. After 2 blocks, you'll hit a roundabout with the statue of a horse. Turn right there, keep going past the flower shop, and you'll see the square with its fountain and buzzing crowds.
Could you explain how to find the nearest pharmacy around here?
Of course, head down this road until you see a big oak tree. It's got branches that stretch like they're hugging the sky. Turn left at the tree, pass a yellow house with a noisy dog, and in about 3 minutes, you'll spot the pharmacy with a green sign. It's small but stocked with everything you need.
How do I get to the museum from where we're standing?
Easy. Start by heading toward the old brick building with ivy crawling up its walls. It's got character. Turn right after it. Walk past a park where kids are always flying kites. And in 5 minutes, you'll see the museum's grand steps and glass doors welcoming you to its treasures.
I need to find a grocery store. Can you point me in the right direction?
Sure, go straight until you pass a blue mailbox that's seen better days. Then hang a left at the corner with a mural of dancing fish. It's quirky. Keep walking past a barbershop with a spinning pole, and the grocery store is right there, stocked with fresh produce and all your pantry needs.
What's the quickest way to the post office from here?
You're close. Head down this street past the bakery wafting cinnamon scents. Resist the urge to stop. After 1 block, turn right where you'll see a stop sign covered in stickers. Then it's just a straight shot past a laundromat until you hit the post office with its big eagle sign out front.
How do I get to the park with the big lake from this spot?
No problem. Walk ahead until you see a gas station with a neon sign that flickers at night. Then turn left by the old phone booth nobody uses anymore. Pass a row of cherry trees, gorgeous in spring, and soon you'll hear ducks quacking as the park and its shimmering lake come into view.
Can you tell me how to reach the movie theater nearby?
Gladly. Start by going past the corner store with its jingly bell door. Then take a right at the intersection with a blinking yellow light. Walk by a pizza joint that smells like heaven, and in 4 minutes, you'll see the theater's marquee glowing with the latest blockbuster titles.
Where's the closest coffee shop, and how do I get there?
You're in for a treat. Head straight until you pass a mural of a giant sunflower. It's a local gem. Turn left at the next street. Stroll by a barbershop quartet practicing outside, and you'll spot the coffee shop with its cozy patio and the aroma of fresh beans calling your name.
How do I find the library from this location?
Simple, walk past the hardware store with its rusty sign creaking in the wind, then turn right at the crosswalk with a chatty crossing guard. Keep going by a playground full of squealing kids, and soon you'll see the library's brick facade and quiet promise of books galore.
What's the best route to the bus station from here?
Got you. Head down this way past a taco truck that's always busy, smells amazing. After 2 blocks, turn left at the pawn shop with guitars in the window, then walk straight past a graffiti wall until you see the bus station's ticket booth and hear the rumble of engines pulling in.
How do I get to the beach from where we are right now?
Follow me on this. Go straight past the ice cream stand with its long summer lines, then turn right at the billboard advertising car insurance. Pass a row of palm trees swaying lazily, and soon you'll feel the salty breeze as the beach stretches out with its waves and sandy glory.
Can you guide me to the nearest ATM around here?
Sure, walk ahead until you see a deli with a neon open sign flickering faintly. Then take a left at the corner with a stray cat who naps there daily. Pass a newsstand piled with papers, and in a minute, you'll spot the ATM glowing blue outside the bank, ready for your cash needs.
How do I reach the train tracks from this point?
Easy peasy. Head past the forest with roses spilling out the door. Then turn right at the streetlight that's always slow to change. Walk by a diner where truckers swap stories, and soon you'll hear the whistle as the train tracks cut through with their rusty rails and distant rumbles.
What's the way to the farmer's market from here?
You'll love this. Go straight past a pawn shop with dusty treasures in the window, then left at the corner with a guy selling balloons on weekends. Pass a church with a bell that chimes hourly, and you'll hit the market stalls bursting with apples, honey, and chatter all around.
How do I get to the gym from where I'm standing?
No sweat. Walk past the pet store with puppies barking for attention, then turn right at the intersection with a faded stop sign. Keep going by a mural of a boxer, ironic, right? And in a few minutes, you'll see the gym's glass doors and hear the clank of weights inside.
Can you tell me how to find the bookstore nearby?
Absolutely. Head straight past a barber with a pulse spinning like a candy cane, then left at the corner with a bench full of chatty old-timers. Pass a cafe where writers scribble in notebooks, and you'll see the bookstore's sun-promising shelves of stories waiting to be explored.
How do I get to the Riverwalk from this spot?
You're close. Go past the thrift shop with funky hats in the window, then turn right at the light with a flickering green arrow. Walk by a willow tree drooping over the sidewalk, and soon you'll hear the river gurgling as the walk opens up with its benches and breezy views.
What's the path to the nearest gas station from here?
Simple. Head down this road past a diner with a jukebox blaring oldies, then left at the corner with a signpost missing a letter. Pass a car wash spraying suds everywhere, and you'll spot the gas station's pumps and that familiar smell of fuel waiting to fill your tank.
How do I find the art gallery around here?
You'll enjoy this. Walk past the hot dog cart that's always got a line, then turn right at the street with a mosaic tile crosswalk. Keep going by a studio with paint-splattered windows, and soon the gallery's sleek entrance will beckon you in with its promise of creativity.
How do I get to the train station from this spot without getting lost?
Easy. Start by heading north past the bakery with those heavenly cinnamon roll smells wafting out. After 3 blocks, you'll see a bridge with graffiti art across it, then turn right at the old clock tower. The station's just ahead, with its big arched roof and the hum of trains pulling in and out all day.
Food.
What's the best dish here, and why should I try it?
You've got to try our rosemary roasted chicken. It's a whole bird, slow cooked with garlic, herbs, and a splash of white wine until the meat falls off the bone. The skin's crispy, the flavors are deep, and we serve it with buttery mashed potatoes. It's a hug on a plate, perfect for a cold day or any day, really.
I'm starving. Can you recommend something filling and delicious?
Oh, you're in for a treat. Get the beef stew. It's a hearty bowl of tender chunks of meat simmered for hours with carrots, potatoes, and a rich broth spiced with thyme and bay leaves. It comes with warm, crusty bread to soak up every drop. I had it last night, and I'm still dreaming about that comfort food.
What's a good vegetarian option that's full of flavor?
Our stuffed bell peppers are amazing. They're packed with quinoa, black beans, corn, and a smoky tomato sauce, then baked until the peppers are soft and sweet. I made them for a friend who's picky about veggies, and she begged for seconds. It's $12, and it's a colorful, tasty win for any table.
What's your spiciest dish for someone who loves heat?
Try our ghost pepper chili. It's a fiery mix of ground beef, beans, and peppers that'll make your tongue dance and sweat. We top it with cheddar and sour cream to cool it down a bit. I dared a buddy to try it last week, and he said it was the best burn he's ever tasted. It's $14 and not for the faint-hearted.
What's a light meal I can grab that still tastes great?
Our caprese salad is perfect. It's fresh mozzarella, ripe tomatoes, and basil drizzled with balsamic glaze that's sweet and tangy. I had it for lunch yesterday, and it felt like summer on a plate, light but so satisfying. It's $10, and you'll feel refreshed without that heavy food slump afterward.
What's a dish here that reminds you of home?
Oh, our chicken noodle soup. It's got tender chicken, thick noodles, and a broth simmered with carrots and celery, just like my grandma used to make. I had a bowl last winter when I was sick, and it was like a warm memory in every spoonful. It's $9, and it's pure nostalgia in a bowl.
What's the best seafood dish you serve here?
Our grilled salmon is unreal. It's flaky and juicy, brushed with lemon butter and herbs, served with roasted asparagus. I took my mom here for her birthday, and she said it was the best fish she'd ever had. It's $18, and the ocean freshness shines through every bite. You won't be disappointed.
What's a good breakfast option to start my day right?
Our blueberry pancakes are a dream. They're fluffy, stacked high, and bursting with berries, topped with maple syrup and a dollop of whipped cream. I had them last Sunday, and they fueled me through a hike. It's $11, and it's the kind of breakfast that makes you smile all morning long. Our loaded nachos are a hit. It's a mountain of crispy chips smothered in melted cheese, spicy beef, jalapenos, and guacamole, perfect for splitting. My friends and I demolished a plate last game night, laughing as we fought over the last chip. It's $15, and it's a party starter for sure.
What's the most comforting soup you have on the menu?
Our creamy potato soup is pure coziness. It's velvety with chunks of potato, a hint of bacon, and chives sprinkled on top. I had it during a snowstorm last year, and it warmed me from the inside out like a blanket. It's $8, and it's the ultimate bowl of comfort when life feels chilly.
What's a dish here that's great for a quick lunch?
Our turkey club sandwich is spot on. It's stacked with roasted turkey, crispy bacon, lettuce, and mayo on toasted bread, with fries on the side. I grabbed it during a busy workday last week, and it hit all the right spots without slowing me down. It's $12 and fast, but so tasty.
What's your favorite pasta dish on the menu?
Oh, the shrimp linguine. It's al dente pasta tossed with plump shrimp, garlic, and a white wine sauce that's rich but not heavy, finished with Parmesan. I had it with a glass of wine last Friday, and it felt like a mini vacation to Italy. It's $16, and I'd order it again in a heartbeat.
What's a good appetizer to kick off a meal here?
Our spinach artichoke dip is a crowd pleaser. It's creamy, cheesy, and packed with flavor, served with warm tortilla chips that crunch perfectly. I shared it with my sister last month, and we couldn't stop scooping. It's $9, and it sets the stage for a meal you'll savor from start to finish.
What's a dish that's perfect for a cold, rainy day?
Our shepherd's pie is the one. It's savory beef and veggies under a blanket of mashed potatoes, baked until golden. I had it during a storm last fall, and it was like the weather didn't matter anymore. It's $14, and it's hearty enough to make any dreary day feel cozy and bright.
What's the best burger you've got on the menu?
Our bacon cheeseburger is epic. It's a juicy patty with cheddar oozing over the sides, crispy bacon, and a toasted bun, served with fries. I took a bite last weekend, and it was messy perfection, $13, and it's the kind of burger you'll crave again before you've even finished it.
What's a healthy option that still feels indulgent?
Our grilled chicken quinoa bowl. It's tender chicken over nutty quinoa, with avocado, roasted veggies, and a zesty lime dressing. I had it after a workout last month, and it felt like a treat without the guilt. It's $14, and it's proof healthy can taste like a little luxury.
What's a dish here that's great for picky eaters?
Our classic mac and cheese is a winner. It's creamy, with elbow pasta swimming in a cheddar sauce that's baked with a crispy breadcrumb top. My nephew, who hates everything, devoured it last visit and asked for more. It's $10, and it's simple goodness that wins over even the fussiest.
What's your go-to drink to pair with a meal here?
Our lavender lemonade is my pick. It's tart, sweet, and has a floral twist that's so refreshing, served with ice and a sprig of mint. I sipped it with fish tacos last week, and it balanced everything perfectly. It's $4, and it's like a little sip of spring no matter what you're eating.
What's a dish you'd recommend for a special occasion?
Our filet mignon is a showstopper. It's a tender steak, seared just right, with a red wine sauce, garlic mash, and asparagus on the side. I treated myself for my promotion last year, and it felt like a celebration on a plate. It's $25, but it's worth every penny for a big moment.
What dessert here would you say is a must-try for someone with a sweet tooth?
Our chocolate lava cake is divine. It's a warm, gooey center of melted dark chocolate hugged by a soft, spongy cake, dusted with powdered sugar, and served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream that melts into it. I tried it once after a long day, and it was like the universe saying, "You deserve this bliss."
Work and studies.
What's your job like, and what do you enjoy most about it?
I'm a librarian, and it's a quiet, magical world. I spend my days surrounded by books, helping people find stories or facts that light up their eyes. What I love most is when a kid discovers a book they can't put down. I feel like I'm handing them a key to a new adventure, and that joy keeps me going every day.
How do you stay motivated when studying for something really tough?
Studying can be brutal, but I've got a system. I break it into chunks, reward myself with coffee or a walk after each part, and play music to keep my spirits up. When I aced a hard math exam last year, it was because I pictured myself succeeding and kept pushing, even when my brain begged for a nap.
What's the hardest part of your job, and how do you handle it?
I'm a nurse, and the toughest part is the long shifts, 12 hours of running around. I cope by sneaking quick breaks to breathe, chatting with patients who make me laugh, and reminding myself I'm making a difference. Last week, an old man's thank you note got me through a rough night. It's worth it.
What's the best thing you've learned in school that you still use?
I'm a mechanic, and algebra from high school still saves me. Figuring out gear ratios or engine specs uses those old equations. I fixed a tricky transmission last month because I remembered how to solve for X. It's wild how something I groaned about back then keeps my hands steady now.
How do you balance work and life without burning out?
I'm a teacher, and it's a juggle. I set boundaries, no grading past 8 p.m., and carve out time for yoga or a good book. Last weekend, I binge-watched a show guilt-free, and it recharged me from Monday's chaos. It's about knowing when to pause so I can keep giving my students my best energy.
What's a study tip that's worked wonders for you?
I'm a student, and flashcards are my secret weapon. I write questions on one side, answers on the other, and quiz myself until it sticks. I aced biology last semester by flipping through them on the bus, kept me sharp and made dull rides fun. It's simple, but it's like planting knowledge in my brain.
What's your dream job, and why does it excite you?
I'm a barista now, but I dream of being a travel writer. I'd roam places like Morocco or Patagonia, tasting street food and scribbling stories about people I meet. Last summer, I wrote about a local festival, and the thrill of capturing it on paper made me itch to explore the world full-time.
How do you handle a tough boss or teacher?
I'm a clerk, and my boss can be a grump. I stay calm, listen to his rants, then focus on doing my job well, quietly proving him wrong. Once, he yelled about a report, but I fixed it overnight, and he grumbled a good job later. It's about keeping cool and letting results speak for me.
What's the most rewarding part of your work?
I'm a vet, and seeing pets bounce back is everything. Last week, I treated a dog with a limp. He wagged his tail leaving the clinic, and his owner hugged me. Knowing I eased that pup's pain and made a family happy keeps me going through the messy days. It's the heartbeat of why I do this.
How do you stay organized with a busy work schedule?
I'm a project manager, and my planner's my lifeline. I jot every task, color code deadlines, and block off focus time. Last month, I juggled 3 clients by sticking to that system, no chaos. It's like a map through the storm, keeping me sane when emails pile up like snowdrifts.
What's a subject you struggled with in school, and how did you get through it?
I'm a chef now, but chemistry in school was torture. I passed by watching cooking shows. Turns out, it's all reactions like baking bread. I aced my final by treating it like a recipe, mix effort, stir in visuals, and bake with practice. It clicked, and now I use it in my kitchen every day.
What's the best part of working with a team?
I'm a designer, and brainstorming with my crew is gold. We toss ideas like confetti. Last week, we dreamed up a logo over coffee, laughing at the flops until a gem emerged. It's that spark of chaos and creativity, knowing we're better together than alone, that makes every project shine.
How do you deal with a big mistake at work?
I'm a cashier, and once I overcharged a customer by $50, yikes. I owned it, apologized, fixed it fast, and threw in a coupon. She smiled and came back the next day. Owning up quick and making it right turns a mess into a win. It's how I keep my cool and the register humming.
What's a skill you learned on the job that surprised you?
I'm a florist, and I never expected to master haggling. Vendors push hard, but I learned to negotiate prices on roses last spring, saved $100 for a wedding order. It's like a dance: smile, counter, hold firm. Now I'm the shop's bargain queen, and it feels oddly empowering.
How do you stay focused during a boring class or meeting?
I'm a student, and doodling saves me. I sketch little flowers or quotes in my notes. It keeps my hands busy so my mind doesn't drift. Last lecture, I drew a whole garden while absorbing stats. It's my trick to stay present when the clock feels like it's mocking me with every slow tick.
What's the toughest exam you've ever taken, and how did you prep?
I'm an engineer, and my calculus final was a beast. I prepped by locking myself in with coffee, past papers, and a tutor who drilled me silly. I pulled 2 all-nighters, nailing integrals until they danced in my sleep, passed with an A, and it felt like climbing Everest in my dorm.
What's a work goal you're chasing right now?
I'm a waiter, aiming to be a manager. I'm learning every station, memorizing the menu like a script, and charming customers for tips. Last shift, I handled a packed night solo and got a nod from the boss. It's my shot to run the show and turn this gig into a career I'm proud of.
How do you unwind after a stressful day at work or school?
I'm a baker, and after a crazy day, I blast rock music, think Queen, and dance in my kitchen while whipping up brownies. Last night, I made a batch so fudgy it erased a flour-dusted disaster at the shop. It's my messy, loud therapy. Sugar and guitars fix everything.
What's a lesson from your job that applies to life too?
I'm a gardener, and patience is it. Plants don't rush. My roses took months to bloom last year, but they were stunning. It's the same with life. Keep tending, wait through the quiet, and beauty shows up. That slow growth taught me to trust time, on the job and beyond.
What's the best advice you've ever gotten about succeeding in your career?
Years ago, my boss told me, be curious, not perfect. It stuck with me. I'm a photographer now, and I've learned more by asking questions, experimenting with shots, like that misty sunrise I captured last month, and not fearing mistakes, than I ever did chasing flawless work. It's about growth, not pressure.
That's it, folks. 100 questions and answers to boost your English. Practice these, share your favorites in the comments, and let me know what topics you want next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a story. Thanks for watching Learn English Through Stories. See you soon.